Like, you're always growing, and the people that work for you are always growing. So help them to think ahead and plan ahead for the volume that's going to come. Here is today's leadership tip. Think about this, like, you get email, right? I'm sure you get email. At one point, you got like maybe one email a week, and then you got one email a day later on, and then at some point it became 10 emails a day, and now maybe it's 100 emails a day or 200 emails, right? The system that you have to handle one email a week is not the same system that's going to be able to handle 200 emails a day, right? So what typically happens is that we're always a couple steps behind, right? We always, no matter what your volume of email, you feel overwhelmed because your system for dealing with the volume of email that you're getting is a couple steps behind what you actually need. And the trick is to get ahead of that curve, right? Get ahead of that curve so that you create the system now that you're going to need when you have 3 times the volume of email today. And of course, this is not about email, right? Well, it is about email, but it's also about every other process in your life, right? Well, if you have like one project and this is your system, right? What system do you need to handle 5 projects at the same time, or a 5 times bigger project? Or if you currently have, 2 people working for you, what kind of system would you need when you have 20 people working for you? So it's about thinking ahead. Like, you're always growing, and the people that work for you are always growing. So help them to think ahead and plan ahead for the volume that's going to come. Because we always want to be able to handle more stuff, more responsibility, more throughput, more capacity, whatever the dimension is for you, whatever your work is for you, we always want to be able to handle more. And it simply just comes down to finding better systems, creating better systems and better processes. What most people do is they just get like overwhelmed, they stick their head in the sand, and then they're just like, oh shit, I can't handle this. What you need to do is carve out time to figure out, okay, this is like, I'm reaching a breaking point. Breaking points are great, right? You stretch the rubber band and until it gets to that breaking point where you have to come up with a new system. Even better, come up with that new system before things break, and you have to, right? So that requires that you actually take a time out to say, all right, if we're gonna handle this much more, we're gonna have to come up with a better process, better system. That takes time, and so maybe you stop processing for a little bit so that you can create that system, and then you are able to handle the backlog and everything else. Again, for whatever the thing is in your work, in your life, and that may be multiple things, and it may vary over time. But think ahead and create the systems, the processes that you need for the volume that you're going to get in 6 months, not what you had last week.